Is this the best stretch of coaching we've seen out of Sheldon Keefe since he's been named?
Yes, it is. I had that same thought last night where I was like, you're missing 3 pretty significant defenders, and you're on the road playing a team that's tops in their division. And, I get this thing from Sport Logic after the game, just like, general sort of stats and, a little bit deeper stuff. Last night at even strength, the Dallas Stars had the puck in the Leafs zone for way more time than the Leafs had it in theirs. They had it in their zone for 20 minutes, and they barely had an expected goal. Like the Leafs had 3 expected goals off their small amount of zone time. So Dallas, even when they're in the zone, they defended really well at keeping them outside, not giving them anything dangerous.
Yeah, the one thing that has been so noticeable over the last run of consecutive points that the Leafs have been able to pick up is how everything is inside to the outside.
Mm-hmm. Come back to the middle, work your way.
Come back to the middle and push everything, either block the shot or it gets pushed back out to the walls.
Let them shoot it from out there.
And if it's not getting through to Matt Murray, he's there when it does.
Yeah.
But there are a lot. And Dallas may have been in the zone for a long time, but they could not get it to the middle of the ice and really have some clean looks to create second and third chances.
Yeah, and that's a good point, too. The follow-up chances are not there where he makes a save and all of a sudden he's scrambling and it's, more and more and more.
But just for Sheldon to have buy-in on that and have everybody contribute.
There's a lot of people who are willing to fire this guy a month ago, and hopefully the tune has changed a little bit. They're now 3rd in the Eastern Conference in winning percentage behind Boston and the New Jersey Devils. So, quality climb here from the old Leafers.
It does feel like a million years ago with the stuff at the start of the year.
It's just tough to believe you can watch that team play like they did here and during this stretch and think about that California road trip.
I don't, I'm not just saying this because we talked about it a lot, but I don't think you were unfair in the thoughts that we had.
No.
At that point.
Wow, they're just underperforming.
They were awful.
Yeah, they were awful.
Awful.
They were awful.
And
good question about why. We still don't really have that answer.
Well, I'll tell you why, because their stars weren't stars.
Right.
That's why.
Yeah.
And listen, with all due respect, they're 4 guys who are making $40 million are playing like there's a reason why we asked for half the salary cap.
Yeah.
And they are carrying the team.
It's the only way this whole thing works that Dubas built is if those 4 guys are exceptional and they get gold.
They're not. I still look at other teams, and I'll use New Jersey as an example. Like, they have 4, I think, really good lines right now.
Solid, yeah.
And they will roll 4 lines. And Lindy is in a position where if his 4th line is out against a first line, he's not overly concerned.
He might be seeking that matchup.
I don't get the same feeling from Sheldon Keefe.
Still searching for what their 4th line is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, is there a chance that for the next, 50, 55 games that you are asking Mitch Marner to do what he's been doing right in the last month and a half?
I mean, he may miss a game or two, but generally, yeah.
And Tavares, do they constantly have to be at the top of their games, pushing as hard as they're pushing right now all season long, and then to do it for 4 rounds to try to win a Stanley Cup? That's
I don't know of a team who lets their top guys not have to play well.
Right.
That's just the formula they have here. Unless they start to get Pierre Engvall, is he ever going to be a different guy? He's not. Alex Kerfoot, I don't know what's up with his season.
So that's what I was just going to bring up. When you have this model that the Leafs have with the big 4 that they're paying all the money to, then you have to find value throughout the rest of your lineup, which I think Dubas has done a pretty good job doing.
Yeah.
You look at Giordano, what he's given them, Bunting, what he's given them, Camp, what he's given them. But then you look at the combined salaries of the 2 guys in the bottom 6 that make the most, and they're arguably giving you the least. When you look at Engvall, what's he make, 2.25?
Yeah.
And so it's almost a combined $6 million this year between those two guys. And how many goals they have? 4 combined?
Yeah.
Like, how many? Oh, so Kerfoot had his second last night, the one that he pool cued
Does
into
that
the
count?
net.
I actually think
No.
he tried to pass that. I
can't-
thought he was chipping
Does that
it.
count?
No.
We'll give
Last
it to
night,
him.
last night on Leafs Talk, JD and I both agreed doesn't count. So we both agreed that we got to scrub that one for the record. And then it's got to be frustrating for the front office and the coaching staff that they're getting value from all these different parts of the lineup, and then the two guys that you're paying the most in your bottom 6 are giving you almost nothing.
Giving back that value.